Hi, I'm Stephen Cronin from stephencronin.com. Today I'll show you how to paint a very simple riverside scene. There are plenty of foliage, all the reflections down below by the little river banks, and this little bay sort of land sort of sweeps around. Before I show you the colours, just quickly mention Patreon. There's plenty more videos there. If you'd like to, links are always in the video descriptions if you'd like to help me out. So let's have a quick look at the colours before I start painting. So on the palette we've got ultramarine, cad yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red. Got the large Ron Ranson hake and 15 by 11 Fabriano Watercolour Paper. Let's get started then. This is the big hake brush, and this is just clear water, just to stop the paper getting all crinkly. And into that I'm just going to take a little bit of ultramarine. This will be the sky that we can see just beyond some of the trees as they go in. Just caught that cad yellow as I went down. That's okay because there's plenty of green in this. I'm sort of deliberately catching it down there, just that green colour up in the trees. That'll do for that little bit for the time being. Just take maybe just a little bit of cloud out, just to the top of the tree stand out a little bit better. A little bit of cloud in the distance towards the horizon. Right, and let's go with the same two colours, leaning towards blue a little bit. Now in the furthest trees are somewhere over there, and while I've got that colour on I'm going to pull down the reflections, giving a little bit more green. Again, pull down the reflections at the same time. You're right up there, right at the top. Bit of ultramarine into the mix. Pop down the base of that tree, pop down the reflection there. A bit of fingernail in there as well. Don't forget to reflect down below what you've done above. Just dip in the corner into the water just to loosen the paint up a little bit because it's done a little bit dry. Get it back in there again. Some lights and stuff up there. Remember, start off with your lights and then you go on to your darks. It's a lot harder to do it the other way around. A bit more ultramarine. And I'm going to add again, just dip in the corner of the brush into the water just to loosen the paint up. And add a bit of ultramarine for some shadowy, a bit of Payne's grey, some shadowy bits. So a few on the shoreline down there, just a tad darker than I wanted. A bit darker than I wanted that, so I'm just going to soften them up a little bit with the tissue. That'll do. Now amongst all that, let's get a bit of twigs and branches and trunks in there, so I'm just doing a bit of brown, a bit of blue, a little bit of green, plenty of water, lots of paint. I'm using a number 3 rigger at this point, a bit more brown. We've got some, oh no, a little bit darker. A bit more brown and blue, a bit more water. Oh, so the trunks coming out of there slightly. Another one up there. Don't forget the reflections below, so that's sort of coming down. something like that. At this point, paper has stretched a little bit, so I'm just going to pull it flat against my board so I can carry on. Just fix it there with those clips. Right then, back into the caddy, I'm pushing out to those trunks there. Right down there like that. What I also might do is just take a piece of card, just very slightly, quite subtle, because there's going to be a few rocks and stones in the foreground, so I don't want to do too many. I want to keep it pretty subtle at this stage. Well, I can't do it here now because the paint's dried anyway, so just a hint of a reflection down there. Right, that'll do that little bit. Now, turning our attention to the right hand side now, so I want to start off with lighter colours. So I've cleaned the brush, I'm just going into a bit of cad yellow, right up there like that. And it's going to come slightly further forward, so I'm just marking out where I'm coming first. So there's the end of the land, that side. We just bring this slightly further forward, something like that. Add a bit of ultramarine to it, get a bit of variation in the greens. And you can see I'm sort of twisting the brush around as I do it as well, just trying to get random shapes and patterns. And clean the brush, I want to get back to a lighter colour. So back into the cad yellow, clean brush, see how it goes back to light. Into there, there as well. Bit of ultramarine there just to vary it a little bit. And then as we come into the sort of shadowy areas, I'm adding a bit of too much water on that. So what I'm doing, I'm just, rather than clean the whole brush and wipe on the tea towel, I'm just dabbing it onto a dirty bit of tissue just to remove the excess water off the brush. And I can go straight back into the colours. Ultramarine, cad yellow, a bit of Payne's grey. In some of these sort of shadow areas of darks. And straight away I can see what I've forgotten. I forgot the reflections. Not to worry. Let's get back to lights. Let's pull down some of these. Add a bit of blue in there. Bit of Payne's grey, reflect some of these darker sections, right, and just up there like that, and then pull them back down there like that. And what I might do is clean the brush, let's go into a bit of burnt umber, get some muddy banks there, so a bit of burnt umber, just a touch of ultramarine there as well. Raw sienna. Pulling this out there, let's go somewhere. Something like that. Just having a bit of ultramarine to get the really dark bits. Again, just a hint of some rocks and things. So also you can see where so they look quite like rocks when I haven't painted over them, just happy accidents. Back to the number 3 rigger brush. And again I want some trunks, twigs and things growing. And reflections. A bit more brown, a bit more blue. Popping in twigs into these areas between all the foliage. Get those reflections down there as well, and also bit of yellow, bit of blue, bit of Payne's grey. Right, let's get this shoreline in. So, back in, bit of raw sienna, bit of burnt umber, sort of sweeping, coming straight over some of these reflections. Sweeping there as well. Let's get some. I want these in nice and dark because it'll contrast nicely when the rocks and pebbles and things go in. Just seem a shame to be painting over a lot of those reflections. Try not to paint over too much that you like. Right, and now we've got some big rocks going in there. And some big foreground ones. Looking down there. One or two, let's get them a little bit darker. Two down there. So I just want to get a few more little shadows in there, so I'm just going to have to quickly do a quick dry. I'm just going to make a very simple little shadow mix, bit of brown, bit of red, bit of blue. I don't think I'll be doing too much with the shadows because there's already some nice dark bits in there. So then we've got a darken out a little bit. Reflections. Give that a quick draw. Left now, I think I'm just gonna three little birds up there. That's it, I think. Call that one finished. Just stick my name in the corner. pull that one. Let's see what it looks like with the mounts on. This is the finished painting in the mount, so we go and have a closer look. Very simple sky, it was just ultramarine. And I've just deliberately left little bits of unpainted trees so you could see the ultramarine through the trees. Don't just block it all in en masse, leaves plenty of gaps so you can. I remember someone saying always leave holes so a bird can fly through. I forget who said it now, but it's a great piece of advice. Same on this side as well, little bits of sky showing through the trees and all that reflected down in the water below. So I then started with the most distant bit of land, quite abstract looking trees there, reflected straight down, and then started with just the lightest ones, finishing with the dark shadowy areas, always pulling down the reflections as I was going along. Predominantly started off with the cad yellow, then added a bit of ultramarine, that's this sort of mix, and then Payne's grey gives you the real dark sections. In all the little gaps, a few twigs and branches and things growing amongst all the foliage. I know I was going to put a few rocks in the foreground, so I just hinted, just here and there. You can only just about see them amongst the shadows there. Trees again on this right hand side. Started off with the light cad yellow, then added a bit of ultramarine, and then finally the Payne's grey, just to create these big trees. Poured all the reflections down. A lot of the reflections did get painted over by this land, but the reflections you can see between the bits of land and mud sticking out, it does make it look a bit more realistic. Again, just use the rigger just to get a few twigs and branches poking out the leaves. And then we got a bit of scraping out here. Also, some of these rocks, I said in the commentary, some of these unpainted bits here look like rocks. I think they're better. If you can do them that way, I think they'd sort of work better like that. I'm just not disciplined enough to sort of paint around them. I mean, you can use masking tape. It depends how long you want to spend on a painting. I'm more sort of crash bang wallop. A few more rocks down here, and you can see the reflections in the water as I went along, and finally our little birds up in the trees flying. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you was painting along with me. Remember to keep practicing. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you again soon.